What's going on, guys? It's Adam P and welcome back. Finally, after all these years, welcome back to the overnight stay vlogs. Of course, with Newcastle being back in European competition, we are back in the Champions League. Because of that, all 4 games I will be travelling to. This, I feel like, is probably the only game where I'm not going to have a ticket to. Union SG, it went just under 200 loyalty points. I've got a lot of loyalty points. I don't have 200. But regardless, we're here to support the team. We're here to get involved with the fans. We're going to show you everything that's involved over here in Brussels. I want to show you my travel experience as well. If you're new around here, make sure you get down there, hit the subscribe button, join the journey, and make sure you don't miss out. Our next Champions League away match is Marseille. So in a viewing sense, you guys are going to have an absolute field day with Marseille, because that's definitely one of the most hostile and, I would argue, dangerous games for Newcastle United fans to attend this season. Enjoy that. Today, fairly tame against Union SG. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a great match for Newcastle. Huge. Already a huge one. But this is my travel experience. So we'll take you back to the start of the day as we were heading down to Manchester Airport. Talk about traffic, it is looking rough as we are just about to head towards the airport. We have now finally arrived in Brussels, and I'm sorry it's took me all day to actually talk through my experience and what's happened so far. It has been that hectic and almost been a disaster. I turned up at Manchester Airport. Okay, so the flight time, to let you know, was 10 in the morning. We got to the airport 9:05. That was how bad it was in terms of time. We completely made a mess of it today. So we've got through the customs, got through the security. To be fair, Manchester Airport, I've heard a lot of negative opinions about it online, and I have to say the actual design of the airport and the terminals itself, it was so easy just getting in. And I know some people complain about being a bit claustrophobic and saying it kind of is true to some degree when you got people all over that are just quite close together. I have to say, the airport itself, I thought was fine. It was outside the airport that was a nightmare. My word, probably the worst traffic I've seen outside an airport. It was a nightmare. Monday, 9 in the morning. You can probably guess already, but bloody hell, that was stressful. We got inside the airport. EasyJet, Ryanair, these sort of budget airlines. I have to say, first time using Ryanair, they were the spot on. £90, get across to Brussels. Flight was fine. It was on time, no delays, and my issue wasn't with the flight itself. It's kind of my fault to some degree. But when I first seen the Champions League fixtures, I went on, I booked Brussels straight away, I booked Leverkusen straight away. I went on, I just seen Brussels Airport. I went on, and it's probably my fault admittedly, but I went on there straight away, didn't check, just booked Brussels Airport up. That has to be the biggest lie of all time. How on earth is this airport Brussels? It is. I've never seen a bigger lie going. That airport is so far away from Brussels, and the fact they've got the cheek to call it a Brussels airport. I couldn't quite believe that one. But when you look back at the UK, I think London has some bad ones. London Oxford Airport. How is London Oxford an airport? That's classed as a London one. Luton's a bad one as well. So I can understand the UK doing it, because we do it all the time, especially with the London airports. But I've essentially been catfished at an airport. I don't know how that's possible, but yeah, turn up to the wrong airport, then I get a coach up, which is probably about 20 quid, 55 minutes up in the coach. Not too bad. If I can get the coach the way back, that'll be fine as well. Otherwise, it's like £120 in an Uber. Now, the airport itself, again, it was fairly small. Nothing wrong with it. It's just the fact it's called Brussels Airport. How on earth is that Brussels Airport? It's properly done my head into there. Eventually got up, somehow went to the wrong hotel as well. It's just been one of those days where it hasn't went wrong, but it certainly has just been in the back of your head. It's like, oh, why is this happening? Why is that happening? But eventually got it sorted. You don't mind me, I'm going to bed now because I need it, but we'll pop up afterwards. We'll tell you a lot more about the trip, and we'll go out and about and a bit of exploring once I've had my nap. We are going to show you the hotel room. It's been a long time since our last overnight stay of love. I want to show you my personal experience and where I'm going to be staying during my time over here in Brussels. Truthfully, I went to bed as soon as I got in the hotel. I went straight to sleep. I've had a bit of a nightmare day. I wouldn't say the trips went wrong, because ultimately everything's been fine in the end, but I guess it's just been a bit more complicated than it's needed to be. As for the space itself, couch down there, nice king-size bed, TV, just like the rest of this room, is massive. And I do have to say the room size is certainly generous since I've had a chance to be over here. And you compare this back to the UK, you're not used to seeing room views like that, are you? We're used to just seeing backs of houses, bins, cars speeding around in the middle of Birmingham. I'm used to some bad bedroom views, but that's certainly one of the better ones I've seen. And showing the rest of the room as well to give you a brief little tour. As for the bed test, considering how well I've slept, I have to say that most certainly gets approved from me. And as for the bathroom, hello there, it is good to be able to see nice facilities to use. Shower looks spot on, bath looks spot on. The rest of the room, I've got no complaints. I have spent a decent amount in this one, not going to deny it. This one and Leverkusen, because it's my birthday, those two trips are going to be my nice trips. Marseille, we know, is not going to be nice before you booked anything, and Paris is also not the nicest. And I would argue the France hotel rooms are nowhere near as generous to this one. A lot smaller, a lot close together, and yeah, you just know those two are going to be a bit dodgy. So you guys, the ones that like to see me have a horrendous time, stay tuned to Marseille, because that one certainly is going to be the one where it's just going to go tits up. They massacred my burger, man. Don't know about any of you, but I like to test out places that are back in the UK. Now, it seems to be a bit of a common trend. I'm sure anyone that's been abroad or been anywhere outside the UK will know. They're always better abroad, these sort of places, your KFC, your McDonald's, your Burger Kings. I'm not someone that tends to, I guess, promote this in the channel, because I rather promote a more healthy lifestyle, but screw it, why not? I'm in a good mood. We're back in the Champions League. In terms of the food there, I mean, I feel like I'm making the obvious point, but that is like 100 times better than the KFC back home. And they've actually got the original small KFC chips. Bring that back to the UK. What are you doing? Apologies, it's a bit all over the place. I just was all over the place today. That's the truthful response to it. My word, it was an absolute nightmare this morning. There's still a few things I've been talked about now. On my plane, so going across from Manchester to Brussels, heavily, I wouldn't say dominated from Liverpool fans, but there were a good amount of Liverpool fans on there. You can probably imagine me, I'm wearing a Newcastle hoodie at the time. You can probably imagine straight away, Isak. Honestly, banging on about Isak so much on the plane now. I still stand by it, right? I don't understand perhaps the Liverpool fans taking the mick out of Newcastle for that. Like, we've got £130 million from that. It's the most expensive transfer in Premier League history, regardless of how the summer went and regardless of how Newcastle's doing now. I still don't think you could take the mick out of Newcastle for that. I get Liverpool fans are buzzing, fair enough, but yeah, that's still happening quite a lot. They were sound, to be fair, just having a laugh, just trying to, I guess, wind me up in a nice way. But yeah, there's a lot of Liverpool fans that were getting across to Brussels and then switching Brussels and doing their game, which is tomorrow against Galatasaray. And I'm going to be honest, I am so jealous they have Galatasaray. Really. That's actually the one I wanted. I wanted Real Madrid. I wanted Marseille, which we did get Marseille. I wanted Galatasaray. Didn't get Liverpool, didn't going there tomorrow. So I'm a bit jealous in that respect. It will be a horrible one for them because security-wise, you're talking mace, you're talking the pepper spray, you're talking being horrible to Liverpool fans. I reckon we might hear some not nice stories towards Liverpool fans. Well, because typically that's just how some of these clubs are. Look at Newcastle, Union SG, Leverkusen. They've got small stadiums. I don't know if I got a Leverkusen ticket, to be honest. I feel like I will, but you know, it's December time. Then afterwards, it's Sunderland in the way, which of course is a huge derby for Newcastle. I feel like I am going to get a Leverkusen ticket, but I have got some ways around that game at least. Whereas this one, you got no chance. Have you heard Newcastle fans as well that were actually buying tickets from last weekend just so they had purchase history, Union SG, to get the tickets for this game? I feel like they're going to catch on to that. I haven't tried it. I'm not going to try it. I reckon it'll be extremely strict in this game because the Union SG's point of view probably don't tend to get this traction towards any match day. I think this will be one of the bigger games in terms of tickets, in terms of how many people want to buy tickets to a game. We'll see how it is across over the next couple of days. I'm going to show you a lot more about Brussels as well over the next couple of days. Apologies, I haven't shown you too much. There's so much I can show you in the dark, to be honest. You guys want to see it during the day, and I'm going to be out and about a lot of the next 2 days anyway. So for all of you, you got a good few videos out here where you can actually understand the city of Belgium and understand what it's like to be here. And I kind of like these sort of Champions League trips as well, because it's a place that I would never ever go to. I'm not gonna lie, I've never had Brussels on the bucket list. I was never planning on coming here, but a chance to do so in the Champions League. Castle's got a game here. These are the sort of Champions League fixtures I like, because I want to visit places I haven't been to before, and I can understand on the flip side why I haven't been here, because I don't want to slag the city off. I don't think it's a bad city. I just think it's something you kind of, I wouldn't say Brussels is any different to any of your cities. Like, for example, like, why would you pick Brussels or a Spanish city where it's a lot warmer over in Spain? The cities in Spain, there's probably some better ones. Barcelona was unreal when I was there. I like that one. I mean, like, typically for a British person, they tend to like going to Spanish islands, to like go to Spain anyway. So when you kind of got all of these options, Italy's a great one in terms of tourism, in terms of actually seeing stuff, scenic views and romantic trips as well. Why would you pick Brussels over Venice or Milan? Why would you pick Brussels over Barcelona or Madrid? You just probably aren't going to do that. And that's kind of maybe the negative point for Brussels. But you've got no issues so far here. It's fine. Not the best city I've been to, but I wouldn't say it's bad either. And a couple of final points. I think the airport one was the big one. I couldn't believe how far that was, and I couldn't believe how hectic this morning was as well. That Manchester, you're talking the Manchester traffic was bad. I've never been that late getting into an airport before. We actually got past security. You're talking about 30 minutes before the plane. We've actually even bought speedy pass just to get through the security quicker as well. It was tight. I was wicking it a little bit, because especially for this sort of game, if you didn't get in that plane, then you would have probably been a bit knackered unless you spent hundreds of pounds to chop. Yeah, ideally I wasn't wanting to get myself that sort of situation, so got to sort it in the end. But it was a bit of a nightmare today. We almost effed the flights up. We almost made a mess of it. We're here though. Yeah, to support Newcastle. Yeah, enjoy the fan zone tomorrow, and there'll be a couple of videos out tomorrow. The fan zone meetups tomorrow afternoon. I've seen little videos of it in social media. Looks fairly big, similar-ish to Milan, just without a canal. It's just Milan, but no canal this time. So it'll be good for the fans out here tomorrow. I'm also intrigued to see how many Newcastle fans have travelled as well. I feel like this and Leverkusen are the only two games fans are going to want to go to. No one's going to Marseille who hasn't got a ticket. You're asking for it if you go to Marseille without a ticket. And then Paris, everyone's been to before 2 years ago. And to be honest, I think Paris, it's got some good scenic views there, but I'm not a fan of Paris. I actually, maybe an unpopular opinion, Paris is just not my sort of place. I wasn't I wasn't impressed when I was there. I've been there a couple of times as well. Just, yeah. You hate to get it ticked off once in the bucket list. And it's a place that I probably wouldn't have went to again if it wasn't for Newcastle getting PSG. Looking forward to the games altogether, but feel like for fans that they're only going to go to this game in Leverkusen. I can't see them doing the hour two unless you actually have match tickets for the game. We'll see what happens though. Hopefully it'll be a pleasant time in Newcastle. Huge game. I can't stress it, it's a huge one. You don't win this one already, I think you're looking at a potential negative end to the Champions League. You've got to win these sort of games. Win this and then win your home games and you're effectively guaranteed to go through. You don't win this game, pressure is on, and that's when you are in trouble. There has to be a good result. No excuses, get it done. One of our easier fixtures and by far easiest away game, so make sure, lads, you get a result against them. Take care, guys. Be back tomorrow with the fan zone. Be back tomorrow with the videos out and about. Appreciate your support as always, and we'll see you all in the next one.